now we're going to do the small intestine balance. And so for this, I'm going to take a half step backwards with my right foot. Okay, and this will be doing it on the left side. So I take a half step back with my right foot, and I make a mudra that looks like this. I take these three fingers and I roll them into the heart of palm, and I got my pinky and my thumb sticking out, and I'm going to bring those into bring them into a 90 degree, and then turn them into my body and hold them right here. So all I'm doing is this. I'm taking a half a step back, rolling my three fingers in, and I'm pointing at my small intestine. Okay, you'll feel a band of energy race across your like low to mid abdominal cavity, and we hold this position for 9 breaths. And I turn my pelvis up is another thing I do. I'll make that a little bit more defined. And again, I'll do this how it's supposed to be done, but I'm trying to explain technically how it's done. So I'm in kind of a half post stance, head straight ahead, and after 9 breaths, then I take a deep breath and expand my chest cavity, and I open my 3 fingers and push out. Okay, so now I'm going to do it with Matt, the small intestine posture 1. And so Matt rolls the 3 middle fingers into the palm and makes the pinky and thumb mudra. And what you're going to do after you've done that is you're going to take, I'm going to stand this way so you can see behind me, so you get two angles on this shot. I'm going to step backwards and roll my pelvis up. When I do that, I'm going to bring my fingers into this position right over top of my small intestines. And like I said, it feels like I'm sitting in an imaginary chair. And so now what you want to do here is maybe take this foot and move it out to the side just a bit. There you go. Okay? And you bend this back leg just a bit and lock the front one. The front one will be, you'll be locked. The pelvis will rotate forward like this. And so there we go. And so now the finger position will be right here over top of the small intestine. Now focus will be down at the floor. Okay. You can do it straight ahead, but I prefer down at the floor myself. It seems to work a little bit better. And so he does his 9 breaths from here. Now from here, after the 9 breaths have been done, he breathes in a deep breath and kind of bows the chest out and try to push your shoulder blades together. And as that's occurring, now I open my hands and breathe out and push out and then shake off. So let's try to do it again. Okay, so we step back into, I'll do it from the side. We step back into the half post stance, rotating the pelvis up, and then we bring the fingers into position and hold them over the small intestine. 9 breaths later, we take a deep breath, and you can release out through the mouth if you like whenever you're discharging the final breath. That helps to get a little bit more chi out of the body. Just like talking directs chi up to the upper extremities of the body. Breathing out of the mouth uses up a lot more chi. And so since we're moving that toxic chi around, we want to exhale and push it out of our system. You can still breathe in and out through the nose, but just make sure you put some emphasis on breathing that negative energy out. Okay, so Matt, why don't you go through the whole exercise, and let's see if there's anything that we can correct on it. And just breathe 3 times, so we save the people at home a lot of boredom. There's no sense in us breathing full 9 times to show you the technique. Very good, very good. Very simple, just like that. Very good, Matt. Okay, now I'm going to show you the second one for the small intestine. Okay, small intestine, posture, and movement 2. Okay. Same position, I take a half step back, and as I do that, I'm taking my hands in the half lotus position, and they're just going to cross. If you're male, right hand is on the outside, okay? Female, left hand is on the outside, okay? So, since I'm male, right hand on the outside, and I'm going to sit back in this posture, on this post stance, or half post, and I'm going to hold my hands in this position, and I can feel it warming up my small intestine and my hips area, that whole pelvic region. And I'm going to do my 9 breaths, and after I do my 9 breaths, then I'm going to turn my wrists very slowly this way and then out. Now why I'm doing that is because what I want to be doing when I'm turning my wrists up and out like that is I'm concentrating lightly, not heavily, just concentrating lightly on the small intestine meridian. And you'll be able to feel the energy coming out of the palms of your hands. And see, the small intestine meridian starts here. So my hands, as they cross, I catch those small intestine and I bring it up and around, and I can just see that energy and I can feel it going all the way up the small intestine meridian and around and out. And so it helps to know your meridians. But even if you don't, it will work anyway. And I'll explain that in some later volumes. But the main thing is just do it. You know, we have kind of a saying at Shun Shen Tao Temple, and it's just know it, just feel it, and just do it. And you can't go wrong. You know, you'll at least get it 75–80%. And that's a pretty good yield. So, with the techniques that we use. And then you can work on the refinements later. So just don't get hung up on technical aspects. It's all very simple. There's nothing mystical about it or anything like that. So I'll do the technique now and show you how it should look